I'm the Big LG Doc Gallows, and you're watching the Wrestling Junkies. Boom.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. Conspicuous by his absence is the podcast dad. It is not a gimmick. He is living the gimmick right now, dealing with the kids tonight. So going to give him a little bit of a break this evening. He might be back tomorrow. I cannot promise that. But nonetheless, the wrestling timeline does not stop for anybody, including him. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Always a pleasure. Before we get started and introduce our guest, as always, you can find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, please do us a huge favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We need your help to get there. So all we ask is that you tell one person, have some fun with it. We love what we're doing here at the Wrestling Junkies Podcast, and there's always plenty of room at our table. So tell your friends and pull up a seat. While you're at it, show some love to our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at @mainevent_net on all social media platforms. If you love watch-alongs, blogs, great podcasts, we are the destination for you. Mr. OTM of the On the Mark podcast has recently launched a brand new morning show called Kayfabe Coffee with Kyle. You can catch that 9 a.m. weekdays on the Main Event Wrestling channel, again, at @mainevent_net. Real quick guest announcement tomorrow. My friend Bryce Cannon will be returning to talk all things Coastal Empire Wrestling. It's been an interesting couple of months down in Savannah, so we're going to be catching up with him to see what is going on. And as always, we're excited for that conversation. He is a hell of a guy and cannot wait to see what he's got in store for 2026. But this is one of the moments that I love in wrestling, and this is what I'm so excited to talk about, because this past weekend, history was made as Colby Carter etched his name into the record books, becoming the inaugural Pro Wrestling Symphony heavyweight champion in a tournament designed to define the future of the promotion. And Colby just didn't win gold. He became the standard, including beating Tim Bosby in the process. And I don't know. It's just things are just going really, really well for us as it comes to looking at Tim Bosby fail in 2026. But winning the first championship isn't just about the belt. It's about setting the tone, and it's about legacy, expectations, carrying the weight of what comes next. And tonight, I'm joined by the man that now holds that responsibility. We're going to talk about the moment, the journey, and what the first chapter of this title reign is going to look like. So please welcome the inaugural Pro Wrestling Symphony heavyweight champion, Colby Carter, to the stage. Colby, what's going on, man? How are you?
Mr. Cincinnati, thanks for having me on, man. I'm so happy to be here and really pumped up to talk about Pro Wrestling Symphony and what we got going on.
Well, the pleasure is all mine. Congratulations once again. But yeah, let's dive into it, man. Take us back to the final moments of that match. When did it hit you that you are about to become the first Pro Wrestling Symphony heavyweight champion?
So we had the semifinals and the finals for the tournament the same night, right? So
Yep.
Tim Bosby, as you can tell from my voice, choked me out with a roll of wrist tape that he had, which is obviously illegal, right? So yeah, so he has me choked out. And I mean, I'm completely out of it, right? Ref counts to 3, arm drops 3 times, like match is over. Raises his hand, tape falls out, evidence falls out, right? Wound up beating him on a quick roll up when he's trying to go for his spinning F5 that he does, right? So I knew, like, okay, that's a big step in the direction. I still can't talk, right? But that's a step in the direction of the final. And that's where, so I got to sit backstage and watch the next match, who was Adrian Thomas and Shane Mercer, who are both incredible guys in that ring. Especially Mercer, man. That dude scares the Jesus out of me still. That guy's freakishly strong, freakishly athletic. I love Adrian. Me and him have worked together before. But I wound up wrestling Mercer. And I mean, when I tell you I couldn't walk Monday, I couldn't walk Monday. Like I had to call the shoot job. I was like, hey man, can you work the morning so I can work the evening? I can barely get out of bed here. So me and Mercer are going back and forth, going at it. And once I hit that last stomp on him and I rolled over and there wasn't much movement from him, and I heard that hand hit the 3, I was like, this really just happened. You know, like something I've been working towards for over a year now. I mean, really more than that, but Symphony for a year now.
Yeah.
Finally realizing that goal, like, and this is it, right? Like the goal that I'm looking for. And then this just starts the chase for something new now, you know, like that was a big, big landmark in my career in Pro Wrestling Symphony. I am so thankful to even be in the tournament, to even be thought about, to even be able to carry this belt. But now the work really begins in trying to keep it month to month, you know.
Yeah. How does being the first champion differ from any other title, accolade, accomplishment that you've had in your wrestling career? I know that you also have collegiate athletics in your belt as well. How does this moment compare to those?
So I've won a few titles beforehand, but it was kind of like you're not ready for like the main stage yet. Here's your mid card title, and then they take it away, you know. And this
Yeah.
was like, all right, we're going to allow you to be the guy. We want you to go out there and be the guy, the face of this brand new promotion that is white hot right now in Nashville and in the Southeast area. And for them to even think of me in that light, I am just still taken aback by that. Still just blows my mind that 2 years into even working in this world, in this business, that I have this over my shoulder just means the world to me. It really does, man.
Well, and I think that's a perfect segue. Let's back it up a little bit. Tell us about some of your earliest memories of pro wrestling and when the switch flipped of I can do this.
So I was first trained here in Hendersonville, Tennessee, where I'm from, by Jerry Lynn and Tom Latimer and Jake Dumas. Tom Latimer's backgrounds in NXT, WWE, NWA, TNA. He's kind of been everywhere. And Jerry Lynn doesn't need any introduction. Jerry Lynn's all time legend. Jake Dumas
Yes.
also with NWA. And a lot of the stuff, as far as like the athletic stuff goes, is easy for me. Like I was a college football player, I grew up jumping on trampolines, wrestling on trampolines, right? So like very
Yeah.
aware of like how my body moves in the air, right? So like that stuff I didn't think was that difficult, but putting it all together and having it make sense, that's what's difficult. I can go out here and do a backflip, but like, does it make sense where I put it in the match or when I do it?
Yeah.
Um, but there was one day in particular where we were going through the most simple spot. It was like the universals, like drop down, leapfrog, arm drag, hip toss, like simple stuff. And I remember being a nervous wreck to even run it with somebody. I was probably only in like 2 months in, if that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. And I look over at Tom Latimer, and Tom always gave me this look of like, dude, you got it. He would just look at me real stern and give me like a head nod, like, you got it. Ran
Yeah.
it and did well. And I was like, okay, all right, maybe I can be good at this. And then we started progressing to moves like suplexes, snap suplex. And I'll never forget, Jake Dumas was sitting in the corner. Tom was sitting in the floor in a chair. Hook a guy for a suplex snap. First one I've ever done. And, they're like, hey, just make sure you don't drop him on his head. Be
Yeah.
quick with it, right? So I hit him with it and I sat up and I looked at Tom, and Tom's looking at Jake, and he has this look on his face like, that was really good. His first one. And I looked over at Jake, and Jake goes, okay, do it again. Because that's how I want to be coached. I want him, I
Yeah.
still talk to Jake to this day, and Tom as well, even Jerry. And it's like I always have wanted to be coached hard because that's how I learned in football, right?
Sure.
I'm a perfectionist in everything that I do. So like I want to be really, really good before I even get in front of anybody. But that started kind of the light switch of like, okay, maybe I can do this. Like I'm starting to get a lot of confidence from my coaches and then like some of my peers that were there. And again, you don't know if they're just blowing smoke or not because they're your buddies. But I
Yeah.
know like Tom and Jake and Jerry would sit me down real quick and be like, hey, dude, you got to get better at A, B, or C. And then so I started going in early with Tom. We would roll from, I'd say, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day. And then the class would start at 7, and then I would stay for class 7 to 9:30. We did that every day.
Yeah.
So like
As
everyone,
yeah.
everyone at the school they had already had matches, they've already been on TV, had been extra work. I had never even been in a ring before. So to get almost the speed lane with Tom Latimer and Jake to like, hey, we trust you to come bump with us, come roll with
Yeah.
us for a little bit, and then you can go with the school. And that's when I really started to get confidence in like, maybe I can really do this. Maybe I can be actually good at this, like it's such a weird world, but I am so grateful for that time there and the confidence they instilled in me to be like, hey man, like don't second guess yourself. If you think you can do it, go try it and go do it and then perfect it and then get in front of people and do it.
Yeah. I mean, you've hit that right on the head. I mean, there's a tenacity that you have to innately have to want to continue to, down this path, and especially in such a grueling and rigorous industry. And, kind of looking at this past weekend and the last couple of years that you've been in the industry, this tournament's not easy physically or mentally. Over the last 2 years, what do you feel is the toughest test that you've faced on this road to becoming the inaugural Pro Wrestling Symphony heavyweight champion?
I think the toughest test for me is mentally. Physically, yes, it is absolutely grueling some nights. Some nights I can work 3 nights in a weekend and I'm fine. Like
Yeah,
really beat up, but it is what it is. It's what I sign up for.
sure.
But mentally, like, okay, am I just spinning my wheels here? Like, what am I doing? Like, am I progressing? Am I getting any better? Am I working guys that are getting me better? Am I selling a lot of tickets? And like all this goes on, right? Does my gear look good? Do I look good? Um, if someone comes to watch me, should they pay money to come watch me? That's always like a big thing. When I talk to Gabe Sapolsky all the time, he told me the first time I talked to him, he said, people should pay money to come watch you. And that coming from a WWE executive, like meant a
Yeah,
lot to me. So like I try to uphold that and try to uphold like the gold standard. Like every show I work, I try to act like it's my WrestleMania, right? Trying to put on the best show. I don't want to screw anything up. I want people to leave happy or unhappy, depending on what we got going on.
yeah,
But I want to do my job. And that I think mentally is always tough because you always want to second guess yourself in any sport, in day-to-day life, right?
sure.
But being able to have, like I said, that confidence instilled in me. I still think about Tom giving me that look all the time, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm good enough for this. I don't know if I can get this. And I just think of Tom all the time, like, dude, you can do it. Just shut up and do it. So
Yeah,
I always goes back to Tom, and like, you always fall back on your training, and I'm
sure.
always prepared. So
I want to talk a little bit about Gabe more, just because his seminars are so selected, so few and far between, that if you have an opportunity to sit under that learning tree for no matter how long it is, people absolutely should. What message would you deliver to anybody that's watching right now that may be considering specifically a Gabe seminar as to why they need to run, not walk, to sign up?
first thing, go. I've been to a couple seminars. QT Marshall was the first seminar I ever went to. Also great. But it was the first time I ever got in a ring. This was the first one where I actually had a match with somebody. And Gabe knows what they're looking for, right? He is
Yeah,
in and out of the PC. He hears a lot of the echoes that's going on, right? But being able just to be in front of him, I do a one-on-one almost once a month with him still, just going over matches and promos, because I'm really big on out of sight, out of mind. If I'm out of his sight for a while, there is 500 other people lined up that want the same spot.
yeah,
But his learnings and the little, he's always talks about the little things becoming the big things. Yes, moves are cool, storylines are cool, but your transition into one move to the next, or your entrance into the ring, even, like simple stuff. He talked about Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, WrestleMania 25, 26, whichever one it was. I know there
yeah,
was both, but whichever match it was, where Shawn comes out and he was afraid the Undertaker was going to jump him from behind. And it's just a very subtle moment where he comes out in the entrance and he just kind of looks over his shoulder. It's not
hmm,
nothing big, but that is
yeah,
storytelling. That is from a full year of storytelling. That sums it up right there. He sends us a bunch of matches to go over to watch before you get to his seminar, and one of them was uh, Chelsea Green getting beat up, and it was only 14 seconds,
yeah,
but it was the way that she put the person over, the way that she sold to where she needed to be in the right spot for the right move, the facial expressions. Again, like it's like a 15-second match, but it's like everything she did was perfect. And little things like that you don't get just sitting at home watching TV unless you hear him speak about it. And yes, I would run to go sign up to those. I think just great insight inside and outside the ring with him.
it'll never get old, no matter how many of these interviews that we do, that Chelsea Green comes up as somebody that knows how to maximize the time that she is given. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody else right now that does it in such an effective manner than Chelsea Green.
And she will do anything, right? Like when they were
Yeah.
in Nashville, I think it was like a year ago, they did a dumpster match. And
Yeah.
dude, I don't know what was in that dumpster. I want to assume it was gimmicked, but I don't know if it was because she smelled awful when she came backstage. I mean, it was real. It was like I think that's a real dumpster from outside, like downtown Nashville dumpsters you don't want to get into, you know. But she did that to help put the talent over, right? And
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, it's the dumpster, it's over. The roof pops up. She's looking out. She's covered in, I don't know, whatever it was, and like it's just a visual that's like. And then she came to the back and was like all smiles, you know, like she did her job, and she does it so well. And
Yeah.
I'll talk to my wife about that all the time. I was like, Chelsea Green is like such a professional, and it's in every sense of the word. I'm so glad that like she's finally getting her well-deserved shot after a bunch of injuries, a bunch of freak accidents that
Yes.
happened. She's so good, man, so good. And that
Yeah.
and
I mean,
that's where I'm trying to be, right? Like I want to be
for
one of
sure.
those people you watch on TV. You're like, he's a professional. He gets it. He deserves to be there, you know. So I think everyone
Yeah.
should strive to be Chelsea Green, really. I mean, like,
That's got to be the most perfect soundbite I think that I've ever heard.
I will stand by that. Cardona's a great guy too, but Chelsea Green is she's just great, man. Everyone
Yeah.
should strive to be Chelsea Green in any
Yeah. A
capacity
couple
of
of
wrestling.
yeah, we're a couple of honorary agents over here for sure. But Colby, let's cut to the brass tacks here. Celebration's over. So, what is the first order of business as the new PWS heavyweight champion?
So March 8th, um, new pay-per-view coming or new show coming up on March 8th at the East Side Bowl in Nashville. I'll be putting the title up. I put out a promo offering it to any independent wrestler that wants to come get a shot at it. And we are welcoming anybody. Anybody. I've already worked Dijak. I've already worked Cruel. Now I've worked Shane Mercer. Tag team with Tom Latimer on that one on another show. So I'm just saying, I think it's gonna be, I don't know if we're gonna do an open challenge every month. I would love to.
Yeah.
I love an unprepared surprise. I love that. Um, but I'm one to be a fighting champion. I want to be there every month. I want to put the belt up anywhere and everywhere that I possibly can and put on a good show for everyone listening, everyone watching.
Now it's one thing to want challengers to step up, but then it's quite another to call your shot as the champion. Are there any names that, again, I know you want an open challenge, but if there's anybody that you can call out and say, come get some, who would it be?
Man, put me on the spot with that. There's so many guys. A Bruce Hamilton, a Sabotage Sean, a Ray Fury. There's so many guys that I want to get in that ring with for this title. And I think the title would attract them. So I'd be more than happy to welcome, even if they're some of my best friends. I would love to get out there and square it up. Tyler Shoup is another one. He's
Yeah,
one of my best friends in the business, but I would love to square it up with him in that ring. It might have to start with a gentleman's handshake, and then we might not be friends after the fact, but I would love that. I want this championship to bring in talent. I want to be able to take the promotion to another height where it hasn't gotten to yet, even though it's white hot right now.
yeah.
So on March 8th, we'll see who comes through the curtain on March 8th. So
I love that. So I mean, you've kind of alluded to it. This is a relatively new company, and you guys have been on fire with the caliber of matches that you've been putting on. What excites you most about what's next? Not just you as the inaugural champion, but where is this company going in 2026?
so the matches that we've had have been incredible. The talent that we've had have been incredible. And let me put Jaden Newman's name on that list too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I still owe him an ass kicking. Anyways, um, but the way the shows are ran is the most professional independent company I've ever been around. And I love that. And that goes so far with workers too, man.
yeah.
I mean, I get there, they get you a wristband. It's just like being backstage at like one of the three letters, right? One of the big
Hmm.
promotions. Um, and just the way they handle everything. Hey, there's no drinking before the show. You better not be drinking for the show or you will not be back. And I've seen that happen firsthand, where
Sure.
it's like, hey man, sorry, gotta go. And we're professionals. That's what we should carry ourselves like, right? So like that stuff's unacceptable. But the way they run everything the right way, they pay everyone the right way. They have a great mind for wrestling. They believe in people and they stick to what they believe in. And I love that about them. Wrestling is a very finicky world, as we all know.
Hmm.
And I was told from Tom from day one, nothing ever happens in wrestling until it happens. And it's so true. It's so true, unfortunately. But these guys, they just get it, man. there's been so many independent guys that have reached out to me. And it's like, well, I've heard bad things. There's some companies I've worked for before that I'm not going to work for again just
Yeah.
because of the environment, the locker room, and they just get it. It's very inclusive as well. And it's just, I have nothing but faith in whatever they're doing, whoever they bring on the cards. I know they're going to be good for it. I know every match I have is going to have a reason behind it. It's going to have a story that keeps us going, or maybe it's a blow off,
Yeah.
right? But at least they understand they understand wrestling. They understand the promotion side of it, the business side of it, the camaraderie-ness of it. Like it's just they get it, man. And I can't say enough good things about them. And I just think it's just going to get better and better and better as we've seen with the crowds. So
I love that. I love that. And as we kind of wrap up here, we've been talking Colby Carter for the better part of 21 minutes now. I want you to now take that spotlight. Anybody that is in PWS right now, anybody that you think should be in PWS right now, who should we be looking out for in 2026 and hopefully crossing paths with you for the title?
so I named a few of those guys earlier, like Bruce Hamilton, Ray
Mhm.
Fury. Ray Fury's now coming to Nashville, and it's not with Symphony. I love Ray, but I have a beef with that. But Tyler Shoup, he hasn't been around as much. He's doing a lot of like one fall wrestling stuff with QT with TV tapings. But Tyler Shoup, one of my favorite guys. Um, and I think we're going to have a lot other big names that come through. I don't want to spoil any. I don't want to jinx myself either, right?
Sure,
I don't want to throw someone's
of
name
course.
out there. But I know Jade Newman's out for next few months with a ACL surgery.
Yeah.
So I know when he comes back, he's going to be on fire. So I'm going to have to watch my back the next few months. So, um, but man, like Southeast Wrestling or anybody really, anyone that's relatively close to Nashville, Austin Mulitalo showed up at the last show just to even help out. And like, I love Austin Mulitalo. I think he's a great talent as well. I think there are so many people that could come to this show and benefit from this show, and that Symphony would benefit from as well. So I think the sky's the limit with these guys, man. Anyone that steps foot on the Symphony, they know from day one, man, this is a really professional environment we're running here, and it's fantastic. It's only going to get better and better.
For fans just getting familiar with Colby Carter, what final message do you have for them about the champion that they are watching on the screen right now?
I am the flag bearer of Pro Wrestling Symphony. I work my ass off. I miss a lot of time with my family, protecting the craft, being good at what I do, selling tickets. And I'm just a good dude, man. Until that bell rings, and then it's a different animal, right? Just like in
Yeah.
football. I'm a good dude till I get across those white lines, and then it's another animal after that. But I want everyone to come in. I want everyone to be involved. I want everyone to enjoy themselves, and I want everyone to be entertained when they come in or out. Um, I love professional wrestling. We all do. We've all been a fan growing up. Um, and I do this for my family. I do it for my son that's special needs and autism, that just to show him that you can do whatever you put your mind to, You don't does I'm not 19. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm in my early 30s. I get it. I'm not a young chicken anymore. But I have time to make this work it. I have time to be good at this and to help elevate others around me. And I want everyone to jump on this Pro Wrestling Symphony and just join the ride that we have coming.
Yeah, well, that's certainly music to our ears. And Colby, we can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you so much again for joining us tonight. Where can everybody find you on social media?
So I'm mainly on Instagram and Twitter. The Colby Carter is my handle on both of those. Give me a follow. I'm pretty interactive on there. I love me some Twitter and Instagram. I'm also a diehard Miami Hurricanes fan, so Twitter was a little sensitive for me about a month
Sure.
ago. So forgive me for that, but it's mainly a lot of wrestling. I love social media and engaging with people. I love having a good time on there, and just having conversations like this on there are really fun for me. So give me a follow. I'll give you a follow back. So
Awesome. Well, Colby, thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations again. And cannot wait to see what is in store for you during this inaugural reign here.
thank you so much for having me on, man, and thanks for your time, dude.
Of course. That is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much to Colby Carter for joining me. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. I'll be back tomorrow night with Bryce Cannon. We're going to be talking Coastal Empire Wrestling and what he's got in store for 2026. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Colby, stick around for a quick second after the show here. But thank you to everybody. And for Colby Carter, I'm Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. And until tomorrow, enjoy those grabs, guys. And we're